Welcome to Keep Trucking Personal, where we invite you to explore the heart and soul of our company, Kiwi Brothers Trucking. Through engaging storytelling, insightful market updates, and vibrant energy, our podcast reflects our culture, values, and achievements. Whether you're a team member or industry enthusiast, join us to build connections, foster growth, and inspire excellence. Discover why we're more than just a company. We're a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those aspiring to be part of something extraordinary. The pre-trip is complete and engines ready. We're set to hit the road on the Keep Trucking Personal podcast. Let's go.
Welcome to Keep Trucking Personal. My name is Tyler Kiwi, and I'm your host. It's the beginning of the second quarter of the year, beginning of April. It's exciting to have put that first quarter to bed. We've learned a lot about this year and what 2025 is going to bring us. And like I've said in several past episodes, I'm very optimistic for this year. The flatbed sector or the open deck sector has been showing promising increases. Although small, they're continuous, and that's the most important, that we continue to grow, whether it be rate per mile or volume or customer base. All three of those we are growing. So very excited there. And I wanted to share a little tip that I saw one of the pods was doing with their driver. Actually, I should say what the driver was doing with their pod. Every morning, this driver was sending in an update via email, because each pod has their own email address. So for example, alphapod@kivibros.com, bravopod@kivibros.com. Every pod has their own email address, but this driver was sending in every morning before the team even got into the office an update. What truck he was in, which is kind of obvious, right? But he was kind of doing it as a process. So truck, trailer, ETA to delivery, and just any updates that surround the load. I thought that was such a neat way, because yes, we have technology to look where you're at. Your ETA we get from you once you get loaded. But this was such a process that he cemented in, knowing with the change of the pod, he changed how he communicated. And it's subtle, but perfect. It helped embody us being prepared for them. He reassured his ETA, as weather changes or breakdowns or any of those in the middle, he continued to do it. And we got our update from him every day. And this driver is very consistent. His pay is very consistent. The way he operates is very consistent. He gets the miles that he says he's going to get every month or every period for the safe incentive, and just seeing kind of his habits and how he did it. I thought that was neat to share. So if you're looking for a new way to communicate or to stay in tune or to make sure that we're one step ahead of you and able to pre-plan well, go ahead and give it a try. Every morning before you start your day, send an email to your pod with any surrounding information that you have, maybe all the details of your truck, trailer, tarp sizes, all of that, and just do it over and over and over again. I think it's a great habit to get into, and it's there. You have your track record, you have, your proof in the pudding. Hey, this is what I have. This is the equipment I have. This is the type of trailer I have. And this is my home time, you're just reaffirming it every time. So tip of the week, go ahead and give it a shot. Email your pod, email your driver manager, use a different form of communication. I know we will still talk. We will still use motive, but it's kind of a cool way and help cement in your plan. Because I think a lot of this is you speak what you intend to do. And when you put it down on paper, you hold yourself accountable. And it's a nice little tip and trick. I'm getting ready to start a 4-part wellness series for truckers. And really, it doesn't have to be just truckers. This is anyone and everyone, because you can apply it anywhere. But I'm going to specifically focus this on truckers. And there's 4 parts to it. Part 1 is mental wellness, which I'm going to go through today. I'm excited for that. Part 2 is financial wellness. This is very important for any truck driver because there's so many variables in trucking and how to manage your paychecks and how to save money. Third is physical wellness. Once again, if you're not healthy, you can't drive. We want to make sure that you are living your best life. And last is family and relationship wellness. All 4 are crucial parts. And this series is going to be called Drive to Thrive. So let's dive into it. Part 1, mental wellness. There's so much that goes into mental wellness, what it encompasses and what you can gain. And the first and foremost, truck drivers go through long and exhausting hours. If you haven't been out on the road and are experienced what a truck driver goes through on a day-to-day basis with traffic, congestion, weather, breakdowns, shippers or consignees that are just not friendly, it takes a toll on your mental wellness. Isolation. Truck drivers are alone and they deal with isolation, and that can have a negative side effect. When you are by yourself all the time and you do not, you get a small interaction here and there, but it's nothing it doesn't mount up to a huge takeaway. You can have negative impacts from being isolated. And the schedule. This is a unique schedule. There's no other industry like it. There's many industries that are very fixed, 7 to 3, 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, or night shift, or 4 on, 4 off. This schedule is very unique because we, as an industry, roll with the punches. We roll with the market fluctuations. We roll with the weather. We roll with the springtime. We roll with where the freight takes us. Very different. That's part of why so many truck drivers love the industry, but it also is unique because it's such a variable schedule. And then worries at home. As the mental wellness becomes so affected when the truck driver is away from home. Problems don't disappear. That garage isn't going to fix itself. The lawn doesn't mow itself. Maybe your car is having issues, or maybe you just need to earn more money to take care of your family, but there's things you have to do at home to take care of that relationship. And that can weigh heavily on you, especially while you're behind the wheel. So many drivers find it difficult to balance work, home, life, guilt of missing family events, moments that all of this is an emotional strain. And, it's not only about safety in this industry, but these effects, they take a hold of your safety. So as you roll through the stress and the anxiety and all the fatigue piles up, it begins to affect your focus, your decision making, your reaction times. And being distracted or an exhausted driver leads to more prone mistakes. And that means fatigue can slow your reaction time. You're rolling down the road, you're not thinking of what's going on, you're stressed out, maybe somebody's calling you, maybe you just haven't had a good night's rest, and it just keeps piling up and keeps piling up. And that's when the bad things start to happen. You can't focus. Your reaction time is not prepared. You might come into traffic and you're thinking of something else. You might not be able to stay awake. It's dangerous. It's just the same as drinking and driving. Believe it or not, tired, fatigued driving is comparable to drinking and driving. So when the body's deprived of sleep, the functions start to decline, making it harder to react, and those road hazards sneak up on you quicker. So that's one of the number one things that being fatigued out on the road can have an effect on your safety. Next, it can lead to distracted driving. When you're focused on all of the problems around you and not focused on the problem in front of you, it can lead to issues. And let's take, for example, an overdue bill. Somebody's calling you, a bill collector's calling you, or something just popped up. Like I said, a car broke down, an argument on the phone just had happened. You are focused on that and not what's in front of you, and that begins to roll downhill. And depression can set in, and depression can sap any motivation or alertness that you've had. If you had issues, and I've seen it, and I try to help any driver I can, but if your production has went from, I used to do 600 miles a day to I just can't get over 200 miles. I cannot figure out why I can't get 300 miles. Or I get one really good day, I hit 400 miles and I'm back to 200 miles. What's going on? And I think sometimes that depression sneaks in and we don't even know that it's happening. And it starts to set, and it keeps piling up and it keeps piling up. And then you think of the hamster wheel effect, right? It starts to pile up. You've been alone. You have this stress on you. You have a demanding schedule. Our operations team is trying to plan you precisely, and they're also trying to uphold customer delivery appointments. And you're on the back end of that going, I can't keep my mind focused. I have all my family at home stressing on me. I can't talk to anybody because I'm alone. And you just start to feel like you're in a hamster wheel, and that depression can set in and keep piling up. And it's tough. And it's a very tough thing to get your grasp on because many truck drivers are the solo income for the household. So they're out there doing the best they can every day, day in and day out, and they are expected to be the breadwinners. And then this depression starts to set in. It's not easy, but there are many things you can do to manage your mental wellness. And one of the most important things that I believe will help mental wellness is sleep. And I think we get distracted with sleep. And there's not a lot of time when you think about it. You work, you're 11 to 14 hours a day. You get 10 hours off by the time you eat, shower, whatever your routine is, and mix in if there's TV or any of that. All of a sudden, you might be cutting it close on the amount of sleep that you need. And then you pile in some of these worries that we had said earlier, and it can be very tough. So one of the main things that I believe for safety is sticking to a sleep schedule. Plan your day. I know every day is not going to be as planned. Plan your day, come into this day with a plan, start it and end it as you planned, and focus on getting quality rest. It improves your concentration. It improves your mood. Getting a sleep schedule that is consistent is also very beneficial, because if you're starting and driving the night shift and the next period you're trying to drive a day shift, it's very inconsistent. Your body doesn't know what's going on, and you start to throw your sleep cycles into whack. So focus on shutting that TV off. Focus on getting your day done and what you had intended to accomplish. And like I had said earlier in the pod emails, very beneficial to send that email. You're holding yourself accountable and you're helping give yourself a game plan. But focus on sleep. Focus on staying connected with friends, family, office. There's many ways that you can stay connected, but make sure that you don't let that isolation take over. Feel involved, feel engaged. There's ways to talk to anyone at the company, your driver manager, your pod lead. If you want to know directions we're headed, what's going on, you just find ways to stay connected and keep your positivity up. It's very important to start with a clean mind and maintain that. But social media and some of these things can be very distractive, and that can lead to what I just talked about, lower sleep. You get caught into the doom of scrolling, right? The doom scroll, I don't even know what you want to call it, but everybody gets trapped into it. And if you get caught up into that and your sleep's dissipating and you're watching TV and next thing you know, it's midnight and you have to be up, it's going to take a toll on you. Lifestyle choices. Make sure you're trying to eat well. Make sure you're trying to stay physically active. We're going to have a part on physical wellness, but just layer that in for your mental wellness, keeping your body moving. We're meant to move. And as a truck driver, we get stuck in the seat for 11 hours. You have to get up, you have to walk around. The good thing about being in the open deck industry, if you work at Kivi, is you're chaining, strapping, throwing dunnage around, throwing tarps. If you're on the low boy side, heavy chains, big blocks, you're moving your body. So you get kind of that benefit, but make sure to take the extra time, park in the back, take that extra walk. It's good for your body. Your bodies are built to move, so move them, and that helps your mental stability. Take mental breaks. So listen to different, audio books, listen to music that is uplifting and motivating. There's things that you can tweak that are just every day that you do, and they can help lift up your mental wellness. And if that isn't enough and you need additional support, you can always reach out to the company. We have people we can put you into, employee assistance programs. We can connect you with counseling that's confidential. This isn't you, confiding in someone at the company. This is a professional service that can help you get back on track. So there's options. There's always options. If it's deeper than you want to share with anyone, coworker or family, and you just need that focus, reach out, ask for HR, ask for the employee assistance program, ask what we can do to align you with the right people to help lighten the burden that you're wearing, because it is a tough job being gone, isolation, unknown weather. There's so many variables into being a truck driver. All of this is important. And then, like we were talking earlier, finding someone at the company, a coworker that you confide in. And it's important that it's the right-minded driver. I'm a big, firm believer in who you surround yourself with is what you will start to resemble. And if you surround yourself with negativity or someone that is always talking down on, it doesn't matter if it's our company or if it's another company or the industry as a whole, that's going to become who you are. And that can take a toll on your mental health. So please, make sure you're aware of the groups that you're in, the phone calls, the way you speak. I think all of that molds into mental wellness. And it's very tough when you're on a downhill slope to curve that. And I know it's easy to say, hard to do. I like to talk like that at work all the time. There's so many things right in front of us, and it's easy to say, hard to do. And this is one of them. This is a very tough thing to accomplish and to course correct if you find yourself slipping. So be aware of who you're talking to. Find and create new groups. If you're looking to get back on track with someone that's extremely positive, I've had guests on the podcast and you can tell through their voice. They carry such positivity. They're fun to be around. You don't even have to see them in person. You just want to hear their voice because they lift you up. That's what you want to find. Look for that. And then learn some subtle things such as breathing exercises. When you're in your truck and you're in your sleeper and you're getting ready to go to bed and there's just a lot weighing on you and you've had a high stress day and maybe the shipper was tough, it was hot out and it was hard to find a parking spot because it was in the afternoon, just be aware, recognize what's going on, recognize your surroundings, give yourself a pat on the back and say, did a good job. And I thought, I had heard this from a friend, but I thought it was very interesting. We all talk to ourselves, right? We talk to ourselves, hey, that you know, and you might not say it out loud, but you think like, man, that was good. I can't believe that I accomplished that. But there's the other side of this coin. A lot of people talk negatively to themselves. And I want you to flip it this way. If you were hanging out with someone and they were talking to you like you talk to yourself, would you be friends with them? Would you? I mean, some people are pretty harsh on themselves. And if you talk to yourselves and you wouldn't appreciate the way somebody spoke to you like that, change the way you think. It's not negative. I've accomplished this. It's not, oh, I just barely made it. No, I did well and I'm happy with my results. Start to talk positively to yourself. Let's build a positive mental wellness. I believe that positivity is the number one thing. I know some people might say, oh, that's cliche. And of course you would say that. I think having a positive mentality, coming into every opportunity as I'm meant for this outcome, doesn't matter what happens, you learn from it and you grow from it and continue to grow. Because look, I've never summited this mountain. I'm not perfect. I've not made it to the top and I'm waving down on everyone. No, I work through this every day, just like you do. And these are the type of tactics that I take. So let's recap. Mental wellness is a tough one. This is the deep end of the pool, but I wanted to tackle it first. I want to make sure that every driver knows you don't have to be alone. You're part of a community. You know, you have demanding schedules and you have long hours and you have worries at home, but address those head on. Don't let those pile up. Talk with people that lift you up. If it's deeper than we can handle, whether it's a coworker or an office employee or just a friend, reach out to HR, find out what support we can give you and make sure that it's confidential so you have somebody there to walk with you through the situation you're in. So mental wellness is not a luxury, you guys. It's a necessity. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind. Just like we ask you to take care of your truck, take care of your mind. Focus on being a safe driver, and a safe driver protects not just themselves, but everyone on the road. And let's keep this conversation going. Support another one. If you ask other drivers, you doing all right? It's okay to ask somebody, hey, how you doing? You holding in there? It's a tough industry. I get it. But be a resource, just as you want people to be a resource for you. And encourage them to do much of the same that I just talked about. And if they need help, bring it up. Let them know that there are other people and there's communities that care about you. And we want to see you thrive both on and off the road. It's very important. So thank you for your time today. Stay safe out there.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Keep Trucking Personal. We appreciate you taking the time to explore the heart and soul of Kivi Brothers Trucking with us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Tune in next time as we continue our journey together, diving deeper into what makes us a community, a catalyst for positive change, and a home for those who aspire to be part of something truly extraordinary. Until then, keep trucking, and we'll catch you on the next episode.